Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to go over some of the benefits and advantages of using mouthwash on a regular basis. Now don't worry, most mouthwashes can be easily obtainable and are available in most supermarkets, as everybody knows, and even online. You can get a wide variety of them, from even the ones that have a significant amount of like an alcohol taste, which creates a little bit of a stinging sensation in the mouth. But if you are sensitive to that aspect of mouthwash, do not worry, there are plenty online and also in-store varieties that do not contain as much alcohol, and some of them actually contain no alcohol, which is good for people that are sensitive to alcohol and don't want the negative aspects of the alcohol taste, but do want some of the positive benefits of regularly using mouthwash. One of the most obvious benefits of using mouthwash on a regular basis is fresh breath. That's something that a lot of people look for when they regularly brush, or when they chew gum or chew some kind of minty candy. That's something that is important to a lot of people, not just from a health standpoint, but really a lot of it has to do with just from a social standpoint. People want their breath smelling good, and especially after having a meal that contains some type of ingredient that you really want to kind of mask and suppress, like a garlic or some heavy onion or whatever that may be. Fresh breath is something that you can easily obtain without much effort very quickly, just by rinsing with simple mouthwash. And unlike brushing your teeth on a regular basis, unfortunately, that's not as easy to do. It's more cumbersome. You need water, you need a sink, you need a brush, toothbrush, and the fact of the matter is, using and rinsing with mouthwash can be a lot more convenient. You can do it quicker and in a lot more places and be more inconspicuous and basically do it anywhere. So definitely mouthwash is the way to go for convenience and fresh breath on the go, whenever, wherever you want. Quick disclaimer, guys. Obviously, you should continue to use your regular toothbrush and toothpaste and brush your teeth at least twice a day. This is definitely not a replacement for that. Using mouthwash and rinsing out on a regular basis is just something that you do in addition to brushing your teeth at least twice a day. Another benefit and advantage of rinsing with mouthwash after meals on a regular basis multiple times a day, in addition to brushing, is that if you look for an ingredient in the mouthwash, sometimes they'll just say it in the marketing literature somewhere on the label. They usually make it pretty obvious, but take a look closely if you need to. See if you see any language that indicates that it fights and contains an ingredient to help prevent the buildup of plaque. So a lot of toothpaste has ingredients, and also even if it doesn't have an ingredient that is actively marketed, they all do help in the prevention of plaque, because you're physically brushing away the particles in your teeth, which is your food particles, and that will help prevent plaque from building up in the long run. Now, using mouthwash such as this one here, this will also prevent plaque, because again, you're not always able to brush, but sometimes just the act of rinsing with mouthwash is good, because you can loosen up particles of food that maybe you couldn't get to while brushing, or obviously if you didn't brush, then at least at a minimum using mouthwash and rinsing vigorously for like a minute or at least 30 seconds, that might help dislodge and remove some of the food particles, and thereby helping you reduce the onset of plaque, particularly if you look for the ingredients or language on the label which says that this mouthwash does prevent plaque and that it contains an ingredient to help the plaque from forming and building up. Now, don't worry if you don't see language on your particular mouthwash that says that talks about plaque. What you want to look for is then you look for the words tartar. So if you see tartar on the label, that it helps prevent tartar and stuff like that, that's something that you still want to get. It's basically going to be the same thing. However, let me just quickly tell you, plaque and tartar, they're not exactly the same thing. Let me just quickly explain what they are. So plaque is what initially builds up at first. That's what you're trying to remove. And if left untreated, or you just kind of like not, you don't brush your teeth that much or don't use too much mouthwash, what could happen with the long-term buildup of plaque is that you'll get something called tartar. Tartar is the harder substance that you get on your teeth that accumulates when plaque is left to develop over a long period of time. So plaque or tartar, for the purposes of this discussion, just find a toothpaste that has that on the label and you'll be good to go. Another benefit of using mouthwash on a regular basis is the prevention of cavities. Now, I'm gonna sidetrack for a quick second here, guys, and I'm gonna let you know that when you buy toothpaste, pay attention that it has an ingredient called fluoride. That is the ingredient that strengthens the enamel and has a lot of cavity fighting properties. Now, don't worry if your mouthwash doesn't specifically mention the word fluoride, because it does contain many similar cavity type fighting properties. But more importantly than that, the mere fact that you are using mouthwash and rinsing and dislodging food particles, and also if you use the one that has that minty taste, it helps with the reduction of germs and bacteria from getting on your teeth and gums. That's going to go a long way to preventing cavities, and especially preventing those nasty cavities that require, dentists to go in there with a drill and start patching things up. You don't want that. Sometimes micro cavities are unavoidable. It's just we use our teeth and we drink diet sodas and we do different things that some people smoke or whatever. That's gonna happen, unfortunately, but definitely using mouthwash and using toothpaste that contains fluoride will go a long way to helping you lower your chances of getting cavities or making the cavities a lot smaller of a problem than it otherwise would be. And don't worry, guys, to make sure that you get the right mouthwash that you want, I'm gonna make sure to include clearly marked mouthwash recommendations as to whether or not they have fluoride or whether or not they have that alcohol taste or not in my Amazon affiliate link, which I'm going to include and post in the video description down below, so that you can find the specific mouthwash that you want. For instance, I often get one of them that kind of covers all the bases, has a ton of ingredients, including fluoride, including that mintiness, but I'm going to leave a couple of different options for you in case you want a specific type, and that way you know exactly what you're getting before you go out to the stores and buy it. But if you decide to buy it with those links, it just takes you straight to Amazon, which is gonna help me out if you buy it through there, but it's no additional cost to you. Some other indirect benefits of utilizing mouthwash is that you can help to maintain white teeth for longer, and also you can help prevent some of the germs and bacteria that can cause gingivitis and various types of gum disease. And guys, if you have any specific questions regarding if you should take and use mouthwash on a regular basis, or if you have any concerns about mouthwash and how it will affect you, consult your dentist or your oral hygiene professional just to find out and get specific answers. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, so I can't give you that type of specific advice. But I can tell you personally, I have found mouthwashes that contain alcohol and some that don't, and some that taste good and some that don't. So this is something that you're gonna have to, just be careful of. Look at the ingredients, look at the labels. Like I said before, I'm gonna leave some recommendations down below for a variety of different types of mouthwashes that may suit your needs better than others. But don't forget, mouthwash, awesome thing to have, guys, and to do on a regular basis, to rinse and stuff like that, because the antimicrobial properties, mouth cleaning benefits, cavity prevention, plaque, tartar prevention, all this in something that is so convenient to have, guys, that you can take with you. And don't forget, you can also get smaller bottles. This is like a huge monster of a mouthwash, guys, but you can have mouthwash that is in smaller containers that you can take with you, travel size, something you can pocket, take to work, take on vacation, keep in your car, just you know, an unopened little bottle, just in case you need it. You never know when you're gonna need it. Keep it in your office, in your drawer, in an office. Just, you know, a lot of ways that you can incorporate mouthwash conveniently, in a compact way, in a discreet way, and really help benefit your oral hygiene health. So with that said, guys, hope you got something out of this video. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.